On this edition of Mere Mortals, I review this. So I know what you're thinking. A review on phone holders. What could there be really to review? Over the years, I've owned many different phone holders, and if you're like me, you found that none of them have worked very well. This was the last one that I owned. It lasted about 6 months before the suction cup came free, and I couldn't get it to stick inside the car anymore. So today, I'm going to be looking at this. It's a ProClip phone holder and a mounting unit. They sell it through their website. Now, what makes this different is there's no suction cup to the phone holder or the mount. It actually is engineered specifically to your vehicle. You go in, you select your vehicle, make and model and year, and from there you can shop different ways that the phone can mount to the interior of your car. In some cases, with some of the mounts, they actually provide a trim tool. Now with the phone holder, I had 3 different options that I was interested in. Holding my phone is fine, and doing Bluetooth connection to my car is also okay, but I really like using Apple CarPlay, and considering that my car doesn't come with wireless CarPlay, I have to plug my phone in. Now, there's a couple of things you need to keep in mind. If you look at the 3 different options they had for my car, if you read the fine print here, it says that this specific wire must be used in order to fit inside the phone holder. And I'll show you a little bit of that later. I ended up going with this Belkin model. I had chosen the Apple one first, but I couldn't get the cord to fit, and I ended up having to return it and get a different one. One thing you should be aware of is that ProClip has a pretty steep return policy. If you install the mounting bracket in your car and then add the phone holder to it, once you screw the screws in, they will not accept the return. So the wire that you put inside this clip has to be exactly the one that they specify. I thought I could get away with going to the Apple store and buying an actual Apple cable, not an aftermarket one, but as you can see, it won't fit. What about another aftermarket cable, Belkin? I tried them all. Nothing fits. It has to be the exact one. Now this is where I was a little disappointed. For everything else leading up to this, how this phone holder worked, how it mounted to the car, everything you could tell had been planned and really well built and executed. And then when it came to holding the lightning cable, it doesn't work. And good luck trying to find the exact wire that will fit on this one. So that's just not realistic. So today I'm going to show you how I got around this limitation on this phone holder. So what I found worked was actually cutting off the extra plastic around the outsides of this. Now you may be tempted to cut this down and glue this in there. Don't do that. Not a good idea. You won't be able to pull your wire out later. There's also another thing here. So besides it fitting in the clip, if you look really closely, there is a little retaining clip right here. This actually, it's meant to fit a very specific cable, and it will clip into the cable. So we have to cut that in as well. So this is how we do it. Put this in my vise, and I leave one side out and just gently pin it in here so it doesn't move while I'm cutting it. I don't want to squeeze it too tight. I don't want to break it. Then a good sharp utility knife, we go ahead and we cut. Okay, that side is shaped. Let's flip it around. There. Let's check our initial fit now. Fit. There we go. So it goes all the way up and it fits. Now, to keep it so it doesn't just slide out. So in the back you can see this clip here, that needs to have an edge cut into the wire. So to do that, I'm going to score it with the knife right on the edge Now when I pull the wire out, I should be able to see where I need to cut a little edge in. So we now have our ridge cut in. We spin it so the ridge is facing the back. And there we go. Now with that ridge, it's locked in place, it won't move, and we have a wire that's aftermarket that fits the ProClip holder. As you can see, once everything's installed, I can cycle through the gears, and on my car, which is a manual, I still have plenty of clearance where my hand isn't bumping my phone. So if you have a manual, it should fit for your car too. On this edition of Mere Mortals, I review this ProClip. Don't remember what it's called. Dang it. A ProClip phone holder and mount. That's what it is. A ProClip phone holder and mount. All right. Let's try this again.